Hi, it's Bebe Rexha, and you're listening to Main Pod Girl.
Hey, welcome to Main Pod Girl, a podcast made by Popheads for Popheads. Every episode, we'll be diving into all kinds of pop culture topics with some of our favorite artists and music commentators. I'm your host, AJ Marks, and I'm joined today by two special guest co-hosts. First up is frequent guest of the pod, Riri. Say hi, Riri.
Hi, it's me, Old Faithful.
Then we also have a music journalist who previously ran content at Popbase and now runs his own outlet and podcast, Final Drop, for artist interviews and music coverage. It's Keith Montina.
I'm so excited to be joining you guys.
And this episode is for the Rexhars and Bad Bitches only, because we have none other than a dance diva who's written 5 songs in the Billions Club on Spotify, has 4 top 10 hits in the US to her name, and whose new song, New Religion, was just listed in Spotify's Song of the Summer predictions for 2026. It's 4-time Grammy nominee, Bebe Rexha.
Not me just screaming for myself. Hi, guys.
She's getting her nails done. It's fine.
Yes, and Bebe is currently getting her nails done for anyone listening to this, which I think is iconic behavior.
Sorry, I have so much going on right now, so we have to multitask.
Love that. Love that.
Queen chick.
Before we get into the music, I want to touch on that Rexhars and Bad Bitches meme for a moment.
Yes.
Because I quote that in my day-to-day life. I do misquote it because I say this is for the Bad Bitches and Rexhars only. And I watched the video today and I was like, oh, you actually don't say that. But it's like...
What do I say? That's why I like it, too. What do I say?
I think you say, like, perverts get off my live stream.
Yeah.
No
like,
perverts.
if you're not a bad bitch and you're not a Rexhar, like, this is for the bad bitches and for the Rexhars.
Yeah, get the fuck off my live chat, yes.
It's so funny.
I don't know why that went viral. Explain it to me.
I think it's just, I don't know, like, not a lot of fandom names actually, like, carry through these days,
Yeah.
but I think it was the first time that a lot of people outside of the fan base were hearing the fan base name Rexhars, and this is for the Bad Bitch and Rexhars. It's just very quotable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also very serious.
Yeah, I will say I wish I was Rexhars wasn't my favorite fan name, but I let them pick it, so I stuck with it.
What was your favorite?
Yeah.
I feel like Rexhar is giving very like dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
kind of what I got too.
Yeah. Same. I've always thought that. I thought it was very
Maybe
intentional.
you know what we need to make? I need to remind myself. Maybe I should make a cute little dinosaur, like a Rexhar. What a Rexhar looks like a pink.
Yeah, like an
Oh my God.
inflatable dinosaur on stage.
Maybe
With
we
absolute stiletto claws.
Okay.
I like that.
Which fandom name would you have chosen?
I don't know, the Bibianas. I don't know. I'm making it up.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what like something a little cuter.
The Bebettes.
Yeah, the Bebe.
It sounds like a Pokemon.
That's only.
The Bad Bitches and Bebettes only. But do people quote that back to you often?
Yes, a lot.
I love that. Okay, so I'm not the first. I didn't
No.
expect to be the first. Don't worry.
No.
So getting into the music, you're kind of on like a legendary run of singles at the moment. Like, I mean, New Religion is getting a lot of attention. It's number 65 on Apple Music worldwide. You're doing all this as an independent artist. And most importantly, it feels like music fans are more aware of your music identity more than ever, right? Like,
Yeah.
Have you noticed that the conversation around your music has changed drastically the past year?
Yeah, because I think that I've been trying to focus on I think the one thing I've always kind of missed a little bit was because I was such a music nerd was branding. And that's the thing I've been focusing on more than ever and just trying to bring people into my world of like how I grew up, who I am. And I feel like that's been really important and just kind of being very unapologetic and honestly just posting more.
It's kind of like the Zara Larson like thing that's kind of helped her break out in the past year too, where she's been saying a lot of similar things about like, I didn't realize like the branding was so important and just like being consistent with that, you know?
Girl, I'm in the same boat. Absolutely. Like now her whole thing is like, I heard that like sequence tops and stuff are up like 40%. Because it's like,
Yep.
who doesn't want to be a mermaid and like look like summer, dress like summer?
Yeah.
The little dangly skirts and like all the little charms.
cute. I mean, I
like,
can't wear the
fucking
dangly-
face gems.
I wouldn't wear the dangly skirt because I'm like, I like pants, but yeah.
I know that you and her have both made plenty of khia asylum jokes, and especially like in this rollout, you've like incorporated it into the as a piece of like meta marketing, which I thought was genius. Like, what were your first thoughts around the khia asylum? Like, when did you first become like aware of that, and like where do you stand with it now that you've kind of reclaimed it?
I found out about it on Twitter, and then I started seeing TikTok posts, and then I think in the beginning I was kind of like bummed by it, a little hurt by it, and I was like, what the hell? And then as I started getting it, I'm like, they aren't wrong. The fans aren't wrong. Like, you know what I mean? You could look at stats. You could look, I was not as active for many reasons that a lot of people don't know. Yeah. I mean, I think it's funny. I don't know. I just went online and just was in on the joke. I hate when people are not in on the joke, you know? So I like playing into it.
It's nice that you've had a moment to reclaim it, because it has tones of, and you've touched on this in the past, like misogyny, right? You know, with it like just being about women and just being about,
oh yeah, like why is it about women?
Yeah,
like where are the guys at? What the fuck? Right?
Classic misogyny.
I'm like, I could be dating a whole bunch of guys, but that's not nice. Let's not get into that.
In a way though, it's also like people are paying, at least with pop fans, people don't even pay attention to the men. So maybe it's just that it's like there's so much. Well, I mean, this is kind of my hot take, is that the khia asylum's like a term of endearment now, where it's like I mostly hear it in reference to I want this person to escape the khia asylum, meaning like this person's like a hidden gem. If
you're in the khia asylum, I feel like then people know who you are and like know that you have been that bitch at one point. You know, you have the opportunity. If you've been there, you could do it again.
Yeah, like you still have it in you. Like I think the whole thing is like the jailbreak of it all now.
Yes, I need to break out, baby. We're almost there.
And it's very exciting when an artist is celebrated off the back of it. And so it's been nice to see, I feel like, you be so celebrated with it. As we do get into the music of previous eras in Dirty Blonde, I wanted to ask, what are 5 non-singles you think best represent you as an artist?
Ooh, I would say, wow, there's so many. I would say I love, it's 5, really 5?
I think it's a good number. It can be new album, can be.
How about like can it be my favorites that I just loved?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I would say Small Doses or Bad Bitch should have been a single. I feel like Bad Bitch has been single. The fans loved it. I still perform it till this day because I just love the way it like makes me feel.
It did make a wave too, I feel like Bad Bitch did.
Yes.
The streams are good for it.
Streams are really good. I would say I think a lot of the fans, which I also loved at the time, was Ferrari.
Yes.
I really, growing up in New York, I really love more of like a rhythmic approach to pop music. And I also love a very like adding rock elements and then a bit of dance. I know it's a little bit crazy, but those are like, that's what I grew up on. So I also would say My Dear Love with Ty Dolla $ign, which I love. So I said Ferrari. I said Bad Bitch. I feel like Sacrifice. Even though we put it out, it never went to radio. I wish it would have went to radio.
Me too.
I wish that would have went to radio. It's like it was, you know, the fans. It's that song.
Massive dance pop song.
Could you imagine if it actually had like the, you know, marketing and push and like we did some stuff, but it wasn't like they didn't like press, the label didn't press the big green button for it.
Yeah.
So that's 4. There's so many. And maybe I'll put something off of BB. I really love Seasons with Dolly Parton. I love Seasons.
Yes.
I just love working with her and I love like the writing of that. So I would say those 5.
Great picks. And I love also on BB, I love that you collabed with Snoop Dogg. I thought that was so unexpected, but when I saw the track was dropped.
I was just such a pothead at that time that it just felt like the right thing to do. I just really honestly just wanted to smoke with Snoop Dogg.
And did you?
Hell yeah, several times.
Period.
I was so high. Like I couldn't keep up with him.
I think I would actually die.
He gave me a bag of his weed, like of his brand. I forgot the name, and it was like insane. I was like, whoa. But yeah, like I stopped smoking a lot. Like I kind of just like to stay a little bit more focused now. But if I were to smoke with him now, I don't think I could like survive.
I think it would take me out.
You were dropped by your label in 2025, or you parted ways, right? And then
parted ways, yeah.
Decided to go harder than ever and release a full visual album. Like, let's talk about this for a moment, because music videos are expensive, And without the funding of a label, what made you decide, like, you know what, this is the time for a visual album?
Yeah, I mean, they're not full-on music videos. They're more visuals because, you know, a music video for me has at least 3 to 4 outfit changes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I look at it as a pop girl. But you know, we had to be really scrappy, which I loved, because now it's like work with a creative director, work with people around me. And it's like they had to believe in the project, you know, and it's like I did not have a budget, you know, to shoot insane videos for all of them. So we just took, you know, a number that we felt like we could make it work. And it was very like scrappy. It was very, very scrappy. We were like running all over LA, renting places for like 2 hours, you know, rented out this big place that had like different rooms in it to try to get 2 videos in one area. Like we were all around LA. We were in the hills, like wherever we could get the cheapest locations, you know?
Was that fun to like kind of be in that like scrappier kind of, like, I imagine you hadn't kind of been in that zone in several years up until that point. And so was it kind of fun, like, you know, doing all this fun, like being creative, or like instead of just like throwing money at it and then knowing you're not racking up a debt?
You know what? Like what I loved about it is that you spend 3 years, let's say, I spent 3 years on my album, and with the major label system, they would choose one song, which at some point we're piloting songs, but they would go, you know, all in on one song. And then what if it doesn't do what it needs to do? What if it wasn't the right song? And I just felt like we should let the fans that's why I wanted to put out all the visuals too, is like, let the fans just naturally, like whatever they like and they're listening to the most, then I can push hard on that and maybe shoot another video for that, you know?
With 4 outfit changes.
Hell yeah, more 6. But for me, it's like, it was so much more exciting because like you get to have more fun. You get to like show different sides of yourself and you just feel free and you're a part of the process. And it was a lot of work though, because there was a lot of meetings, like sitting down, trying to make the budget work. But we wanted to have a good DP, you know, director of photography for the lighting, because lighting is important. And then working with glam and being like, could you work with us on this? You know, it's really important for me because I wanted a certain glam that I liked. So it's like everybody kind of had to take a cut and do it out of like believing in the music and wanting it to do well, which I think is so much more fun rather than you just hiring people just to do the job to get it done.
Yeah.
You're very much in the driver's seat too. It's a lot more creative decisions. Is it rewarding now to see New Religion do well, having been like kind of the pilot of everything?
Yeah. I wanted for New Religion though, originally I wanted like this whole crazy, like I had this whole crazy thing that I wanted to do this video. And then very quickly I was like, no, we're just going to do it behind a DJ booth with tons of strobe lights because, you know, I wanted to do it in like this massive, like, you know, old train station that was giving like a very cathedral vibe, very church vibe, but I didn't want to do it in a church to be respectful. And then it was like a lot of people moshing. And then I was like, you know what, we'll stick to this for right now.
We can circle back later, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It turned out excellent.
Yeah. I feel like that also gives fans like things to look forward to as well. An incentive to prop up the music.
Of course. Who doesn't love a visual to a song? I've seen videos before that have made me fall in love with the song even more.
Yeah.
Has that happened to you guys? Where it's like you like the song and then as soon as you see the video, I'm like, ooh, love.
Like all clicks into place. Yes. Absolutely.
The ARTPOP film was definitely one that did that for me because I was always into ARTPOP, and then I watched the ARTPOP film and I was like, oh, this might actually take me out. Like, I love this. She bodied this, you know?
Yeah, I think that ARTPOP is going to also have a resurgence too, because that was an incredible album.
Yeah,
but I don't think people were ready for it.
No, I think the same of Bionic by Christina Aguilera.
Oh my God. Yes.
She was so ahead of her time. From what, you know, I've inferred from the conversation on Popheads is that people are anticipating this album to sort of be your magnum opus, which I think is so exciting. But how do you feel that it sits in your discography as it stands?
I think it's a rebirth for me. Like I was saying, oh, I wish I could have named this album BB because it has all the sounds that I love that have been part of my career. And I was like, should I call it BB? But let's do this right this time as a joke. No. I'm like, let's go with Dirty Blonde. But I'm like, I wish it would have been BB. But yeah, let's see. I'm excited. All I know is that like I'm just kind of pushing forward where it's like I'm trying to be patient. I know it's going to take a lot of building after being away for 3-4 years. And then, Expectations being like the biggest album that I had. So I know it's going to be a lot of rebuilding. So I'm just trying to like move forward and like focusing on like what the visuals, live look like, even though I'm just doing some festivals and promo stuff. Like, what is that going to look like? How am I restructuring my show, remixes, just like, moving the train forward.
Yeah, baby, the train is moving forward. I will say that like whenever I look online now and like anything that pops up about your music, it's like just constant praise. I find it so interesting that it's like it just sometimes, like, you know how you said, like, you have to watch the music video for things to click? Sometimes with an artist, I imagine that, like, sometimes they just have to hear the right song, like a person or the general public needs to hear the right song, and then the rest of the discography, even songs they've heard before, click, because they're like, I understand the personality, I understand what she's going for there.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Sometimes it takes a second for people to understand who you are. Like you saw that with Charlie and Brat, and she was always just Charlie. And I feel like she was always very cool in the mix, an incredible songwriter. And then I think with Brat, it finally just clicked for her in like the biggest way it possibly could.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
With so many awesome pictures, speaking on the visuals, but like more the still visuals now, with so many awesome pictures from the Dirty Blonde photo shoot, how did you decide on the final album cover?
Honestly, I was so confused. Like I wanted one, and then I was like, should I just show my face? So I was like, okay, I'll put out 13 variants.
13 variants, 13 songs.
Honestly, like I'm like, oh, this should have been the main one. I'm like, I don't really know. And that's why I was like, let me put them all out. And it's like, whatever people like, let them pick. Yeah. Let them buy what they like. I don't know. I wanted it to be a little bit more girly because I always felt like I was always very hard, just kind of growing up from New York, being raised by Albanian parents, being a female in the industry and moving to LA when I was 19, and always kind of having to have this strong, especially being in the room with a lot of men, and always having to have this a little bit like kind of shell on me, so that, because they, people usually want girls to come and be like, back in the day, especially like, hello, I'm so excited to be here. Like, I'm so lucky to be here and you're the boss. And I would always walk in the room and be like, okay, I want this. I like this. I want this song as inspiration for the drums. I want the chords to be like similar to this song from the past. I really like, this kind of songwriting. This is what I want to say. And a lot of times it turned a lot of people off. So I feel like now with the album cover, I just wanted to have more fun. I want it to be more girly, but still like extra.
I've always thought that the BB cover, you look so much like Dolly Parton to me on that
Love
cover.
It.
Which
that's a compliment.
Of course it is. Yeah.
She is the ultimate bad bitch, especially meeting her, working with her. Like she's everything you imagine and more.
I love to hear that.
She's classy, but she's a bad bitch. But then she's like on point when we're on set. She turns that shit on. Although I do think that I think her arms are tatted up. That people have been saying that. I think her arms are completely tatted up.
Oh, so you think the rumors are true?
Wait, I do. Dolly Parton?
Yeah,
that's wild.
No, I haven't heard this rumor. Wait,
there's some pictures that people have tweeted out and stuff that show gloves that come either all the way up her arm or like to the elbow, and you can sometimes see like the fabric, and that's the speculation. But
wow.
Apparently it may be true.
Did I ask her on set? I don't know. I don't remember. I have a bad memory, but I feel like I asked her something, but I was like, let me get all the scoop. Let me get all the scoop right now.
Her secret's safe with you and your bad memory.
No, she's so amazing. So basically what they were telling me is that they have like mannequins of her body. Like you can create mannequins of your body. Let's say like, cause we're so busy sometimes. It's like, I don't even have time to try on clothes. And you can get it. I don't have this. I want to do this. And like now I learned this from Dolly. They have a whole bunch of mannequins that fit her body. And she, they know what kind of style she likes, what aesthetic is hers, the corsets and, her cup size and how she likes her pants or her skirts. So they create these outfits and put on the mannequin so that she just approves the design, and then they're on these mannequins, and when she has something, she just throws it on.
That's so Hannah Montana of her. Like, I
love it.
I'm picturing the Hannah Montana closet with all the different, like...
Yeah, can you imagine just being like, okay, this outfit was made for me custom, and I'm just throwing it on and like going to...
Wow.
Never seen this outfit before in my life, but yeah, I guess I'll just throw it on and it's custom made for me.
Yeah, I remember when I did the CMAs or something. ACMAs, or I don't remember what it was exactly. And I wanted to get a Swarovski crystal, or was it a show? I wanted to get a Swarovski crystal cowgirl hat, but like completely crystallized by hands. And it was her person, like it was her crystallizer and hat person. And it was like, was it 5,000 or was it 7,500? Something like crazy just to crystallize the hat.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Yeah, it comes at a premium.
Yeah, it was like 20,000 crystal. I don't know, something crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Going back to the songs on your album and the vinyls, I did have a question on whether we can expect some special surprises on those.
We're going to have some extra songs on them, but as for remixes and stuff like that, like I'm working on that right now because I'm getting some sick remixes for Sad Girls, trying to get somebody on One Day, have somebody on Shit Already. It just kind of like, I also think that once the music's out, I'm going to have a lot of people like reach out, God willingly, and be like, hey, I want to jump on this. Because I also want people to like the songs and like want to jump on them. But then what a lot of people don't know is like, I put Sad Girls out like this Friday because that was the only time that Guetta had. He has so many releases this summer. That was the only time he had a slotted. So like when you work with other artists, especially if they're in a cycle, most likely they're not going to approve the song until, let's say, October. And it's like, are we really going to wait till October? It just depends.
Yeah, it's so important to find good collaborators. And I feel like you've collaborated with so many excellent artists as well as so many different producers.
Yeah.
And now, as we were talking about you steering the ship with this album completely, after 3 albums in the major label system and so many writing sessions, what won't you do in the studio anymore? How did you approach sessions this time around?
I always curate the room. I like to curate the room depending on how I'm feeling. I know if that I want to go more rhythmic and I'm just in the mood for something sexier, I know who to get in with. I know who would be a good writer. If I want to do something more dance, that's like really after like past 145 BPM, I'll hit somebody else up. If I want drum and bass, I'll hit somebody else up. If I want a country song, I'll hit somebody else up. So yeah, I love collaborating with people and I've worked with so many people. I know what everybody's strengths and weaknesses are. Some people are better at programming sounds. Some people are better at, helping produce the song. Some people are better at melody. Some people are better at lyrics. Some people are just great at playing chords. So I just like know how to build the room the way that I want to. But what I've learned with this process too is like all the songs never had more than 5 people in the room, 4 to 5 people. But the one thing I've never really had is like a proper executive producer. So I work with a couple of people like very closely and try to keep the songs with like the same people, writer wise and like producer wise. And they'd always like jump in and out. But the only thing with that is then the song ends up being 10 writers. Like to me, it's like I just want to get the song right. I want to be like greedy, but
it's dedication to the craft.
I hate when I look at songs and there's like 12 writers on it. I'm like, really? But then now I know it's like you might need to bring people in to help finish it.
I think it'll pay off for you over time as well because, like we said earlier, there are so many more people like understanding the music now, and it's investing into your brand. So even though you might be like getting a smaller cut from each individual song, it's like these people who are fans of this new song that you got right and you spent the time in getting right will go back to the other songs in your discography and then buy concert tickets.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing ever.
So we have a couple games for you on this podcast, and there is the first one's called Who You Gonna Call? So we're going to put you in 3 hypothetical scenarios where you're going to end up calling one of 3 people to help you out. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So scenario 1, you embark on a road trip for 5 days from one end of the U.S. to the other. Which of your past collaborators do you trust to be in the passenger seat on aux duty? Is it A, David Guetta, B, Dolly Parton, or C, Doja Cat?
Ooh.
They're all definitely playing different music.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay, so to me, it's right now, it's like, I don't know, because then the Dolly thing is she's gonna play those like good jams, then am I gonna get tired if I'm driving that much? Guetta, is gonna go pure dance. And then Doja, I would say Doja.
Yeah, I feel like she has an eclectic mix.
Exactly. I feel like she's like cool stuff. Yeah.
Like you'd be listening to rap and then you'd be listening to like pop punk for another hour.
I love that.
So scenario two, you're a guest star in the Great British Bake Off, and you get to choose someone to help you create your final dessert. So out of these three artists you've opened up for, who are you gonna call? Ellie Goulding, Bruno Mars, or Nick Jonas?
I would say, I don't know why I feel like Ellie Goulding would be a good baker.
And she's British.
I'm not
I can see that.
And she's British. I'm not sure I'm gonna. I think also Joe would you say Joe or Nick?
Nick.
Nick actually would be great too, because he's like very like his personality is very type A, and he's very like I think he would follow the directions very, very well. But I'm gonna go with Ellie.
Okay.
Good choice.
I did see you on the Nick Jonas tour, by the way, back in 2015.
Oh wow, that's like woo.
Was it 2015 or 2014?
And I think you guys had a collab that didn't come out, right?
Oh yeah, we had a song with the guys. It was such a good song, but I don't know what happened.
And you wrote a song
really
on his 2016 album, I think, too, right?
Yeah. Over you, under you, under you.
Banger.
That's a bop.
Under You is such a smash. You killed. Oh,
It sounded like a single, too. That sounded like a hit.
One thing about Bebe, she was going to write a hit.
So, scenario 3. You need a date to your ex's wedding that you can get trashed and shit talk the ceremony with. Of your 3 collaborators on your 2018 track Girls, who are you going to call? Rita Ora, Cardi B, or Charlie XCX?
If we want to trash talk, I would say Charlie.
I love that. I could totally
Like,
see Kiki.
Like I would have fun with her. I would have fun with her because I think we would just like have a good time and not worry about I don't want to think about him. It's very euphoria.
So now it's time to test how on the pulse you are with niche pop culture moments. So I've combined a list of very real and goofy headlines posted to Popheads and mixed them in with some very fake and goofy headlines from like things like The Onion and fake showbiz news. And now, honestly, they're easier to find than ever because people just tweet out lies all the time. So your job is to tell me if you think the headline is real or fake.
Easy. Let's go. Watch me get old.
So get your detective hat on. Let's begin. The first one is Ice Spice comments on getting attacked by a woman at McDonald's. Quote, "This wouldn't happen at Wendy's."
She got attacked, but I don't think she would say that.
It is true. She did
No
say
way.
that. And then a follow-up, Wendy's teases new collaboration with Ice Spice following McDonald's attack. True or false?
Okay, I would say true.
It is true. It is.
That's
true.
actually genius marketing. That's why she probably said that. Didn't she have a Wendy's meal, or am I tripping? I don't know. Maybe, oh no. But that's actually very genius marketing.
I think the Wendy's meal came out of this. Either that or it was, like you said, already happening.
No, this is too recent. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like a couple weeks ago. But next one, Kim Kardashian announces new brand of bottled water, only 12 calories per bottle.
False.
Yes, that was false.
Zara Larson on having grapes thrown at her. It felt medieval.
I don't know why it's so silly. I feel like it's true.
It is true.
It is true.
What?
She was
Zara
performing
is so
at like a
silly.
school, and then kids started throwing grapes at her. Isn't that crazy?
Insane.
Madonna makes a charitable donation to the male gay community. Quote, "Let me in, please."
Yeah, it's true.
That one's false, but it totally is something she would say.
Oh, come on. I mean, she doesn't need to be let in, but like when I went to her party, she was like, "Gays don't let me down." I love it. I loved it. It was at the Abbey, but yeah, but I could see her definitely like doing that and saying that, but she doesn't need to be let in. So
I think she's kind of grandfathered, you know?
yes.
Next one is Full House actress Andrea Barber reveals she was under anesthesia during O.J. Simpson's infamous Bronco chase in 1994.
True.
It is
You're
true. Right. I think the thing about this, the thing about this headline that really sent me though, is why did she feel like she needed to disclose where she was?
That's a very random, right? That's a very random thing.
Right?
To post.
Like as though she had something to do with it.
What was something like? What was one like? When did this come out? Because I'm like that. Okay, thank you for the facts. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
this year.
What am I supposed to do with that information?
Yeah, exactly. And why are people writing headlines about it?
You know what? She is, kind of iconic from, everything she's done. So that makes sense.
Exactly.
All right, next one. How an Ava Max song led the Netherlands far-right party to implode.
I don't know. False.
That one's true.
That's true.
You guys keep doing true, false, true, false. So now I'm going to just keep following.
Next one is Charlie XCX is the first global ambassador for nothing.
I don't know, because I feel like it could be true because people are such haters. but
it is true.
It is true. It's nothing headphones.
No.
So this actually came from Popbase. Shout out Keith. This actually came from Popbase. I read it and I was like, they didn't clarify that it was nothing headphones, and I was like,
also good marketing too.
That's just good marketing. You always need a good like title to like click on it, you know?
Yeah. And then we have one last one.
Eneli Chapa says he doesn't think Spotify would still exist without music.
I don't think he said that. I don't think he said that.
That's true. He did not say that. You got your finger on the pulse. He did not say that. And that's our time. Thank you so much, Bebe, for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you to Noah for the theme music, and thank you to Chris for editing this episode. And this podcast and all of us here at Popheads are in support of the fight for trans rights. You can check the links in the episode description if you're interested in donating or learning more.